Yo, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Squall here. We are now watching the Silent Hill transmission. We just got done watching the state of play for PlayStation, and then we watched the Legend of not Legend of Avatar. The Avatar fighting game, because Toph had a trailer. So, check those out on the channel. If you haven't already, be sure to hit like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get all your videos and your notifications and all that other stuff. I don't care about none of that shit. What I care about today is knowing that there's a black man in Silent Hill, brother. We are up on Black History Month, baby. Let's fucking watch this shit. Let's go. Oh, we not waiting for that, baby. Nah. All it is, I don't care. Get me in there. Hey, yo, open the door. Open the fucking door. Yeah, Tokyo. What's up, Tokyo? Yeah, this is where I'm at. I'm here. Mentally, I'm already in the town of Silent Hill. Mentally. I mean, pretty sure Townfall isn't gonna be in hold on. Turn this off. Because I already got this. I don't need anything else. I don't need double translation. Okay, so share some news, baby, because y'all talking about some, oh, we're gonna have a Silent Hill every year. And I was like, bullshit. And then it was like, oh, Townfall's coming out this year. Do you still think I'm a liar? Steam, Epic Games にてウィッシュリスト登録を開始しました。Hey man, I'm okay with being wrong. よろしくお願いいたします。さらにこの配信独占の最新情報もご用意しています。I'm listening. まずは本プロジェクトのパートナーをご紹介しましょう。Right. I feel like I don't want to say this because if Konami sees this, they might feel more emboldened to do this. But so far, with Silent Hill Sword Mission and Silent Hill looking to push the boundaries of storytelling, Silent Hill couldn't be more excited and honored to have the opportunity to when it comes down to outsourcing Silent Hill, like in the gaming Interactive is a publisher that not only looks for great stories, they have knocked it out of the fucking park for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. To partner with the very special development team that created Silent Hill Townfall, John, and the entire team at Screenburn Interactive.
And this project came about because
like I know it's like the cool thing to do is to hate on fucking anything new that's like Silent Hill related.
We're very excited about the unique stories that we're able to tell in this amazing franchise. It's also important to us at Annapurna that the developers we partner with really love the IP that they're working on.
So I feel like they have like a tighter vetting.
Yeah, as a fan of the series ever since the release of the first game.
A tighter vetting process in comparison to what they had before.
The entire development team and I are so excited to finally be able to share
a lot of the other Silent Hills that they outsourced, they just threw them at niggas. You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, you're cheap. Here you go, make a Silent Hill game. And then like it turned out to be terrible. So it seems like they really learned. Yeah, exactly. Yo. Silent Hill F is like easily a top 3 Silent Hill game for me, personally. That is a top 3 Silent Hill game for me. So I am super excited to see what the fuck Konami has planned for the Silent Hill franchise.
I can't stay in this room forever.
Which is so weird to think about, because like if you think about it, Resident Evil bounced back, Silent Hill bounced back, Fatal Frame bounced back. Like if you really think about it, that's nuts. Because it's just like we're in the 90s again. We're in the 90s and early 2000s again, where we had like the big 3 of survival horror. Fatal Frame, Silent Hill, Resident Evil. Those are the big 3 fucking survival horror games in my opinion. So seeing them all come back and flourish again is insane.
This time it's
granted, you can argue that Resident Evil 7 was already in development at Capcom by the time things was changing around at Capcom. Like it was already technically in development. It's just that Resident Evil 6 caused them to shift so fucking hard.
I keep trying to fix what happened, but no matter
You're gonna have to accept it, Becca.
Change things. You did what you did.
Well, at least he didn't kill his wife like James. You know, because that's a white person thing. That was the point I was trying to make. It's a man thing. But for Black History Month, it's a white person. You know, sorry to say it. But like I don't hear much about, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't hear much of it. Aw, you bitch. You bitch. You's a sick bitch. I can't fucking believe that, bro. We finally get a nigga in a Silent Hill game and they make it first person, bro. I know you lying. I know you lying. We are not as up as I thought for Black History Month. Oh my god. Y'all some sick niggas. Y'all is sick. Y'all is sick, bro.
前回のティザートレーラーから続く形でついにあのポケットテレビの持ち主が明らかになりました。このトレーラーはタウンフォールの本質、そしてサイレントヒルらしさをしっかりと捉えています。
And we can see from the trailer that debuted today that Townfall clearly embodies the DNA of the Silent Hill franchise.
It very much does.
It also has quite a unique take, which we know has been really important to the team at Screenburn. And part of that uniqueness comes from their own identity, their perspectives, their history, and their style. So, John, we'd love viewers to learn more about Screenburn and your team's history and the work you've done on Silent Hill Townfall.
Yeah, let me know about that.
Our main objectives were to make a game that could feel specific to the team who made it, to bring something new to the series in terms of setting, and to really think about what Silent
Hill does not have to be in the town of Silent Hill
like through a Screenburn lens.
Yeah, and it's this lens
known that since Silent Hill 3
appealed to us so much when we started working with you and Screenburn, you know, many years ago. And we knew that with Annapurna's partnership with Konami helping to guide the project, that the three teams together could produce something original, exciting for the fans.
It's a lot of chefs in the kitchen because it's 3 different companies.
皆様、情熱あるメッセージ本当にありがとうございます。
But we'll see.
サイレントヒルの伝統を受け継ぎつつも、新しいチームごとに世界観や
Because
テー
so
マ、
far they get it. It feels like Konami just
を
understands it.
示すことはとても重要です。ここで
You know, they like that lethal shooter nigga, you know what I'm saying?
本作を形作る
He
人
missed
々
like
の
a
姿
couple
を
of shots and
ご
he's
覧
like,
いただきましょう。
I understand it now. And then he just start whacking them bitches. Feels like the same situation happened here. Like when they was outsourcing it to just any and everybody, they was like, oh, these are our shots that we're missing, right? And then they was like, oh, I understand it now. Just start whacking them holes. It's like, oh man, what the fuck? He's a shooter.
We've got our previous games that we worked on over the years. So Super Arclight was our first title that we released back in 2016. Stories Untold 2017, Observation 2019, and then Silent Hill soon.
Huh.
Our little collection of Silent Hill games.
They don't have a very
in at the end there.
deep development history
to work with the franchise and to contribute to it.
Which is
after we shipped Observation,
weird.
We were kind of like figuring out what we were going to do next, and then we got this call from Annapurna to ask us what we would do with Silent Hill. That froze us in our tracks. It's not an opportunity we ever thought we'd get, but it's one we knew we all wanted right away. We pulled together a pitch of what we felt would be a really cool, unique.
I want to check out their other games now, just to have like an idea of like their development style and like how
exactly what we need. This is what we want to do, and
how they process things. Because I'm assuming that they worked on other previously, you know, horror-related style games before working on this. Kind of like how Bluebird team kept making like fake Silent Hill, and then now they're actually making a Silent Hill.
So, yeah,
I mean, now they actually made a Silent Hill game.
And where design lives.
My name's Graham.
And now they're kind of like
I'm the lead game
the
designer.
head developer
John's
for
my brother, so we've
Silent Hill
known each other
remake.
for a while. We have a lot of the same experiences, films that we watched when we grew up, games that we played. That allows us to work really well together when it comes to finding the synergy between narrative.
Okay, brothers
and
working
game design.
together. That's really wholesome.
Very early, we agreed that we wanted to present this game in first person. And first person is, you know, you have a more limited field of view.
Here's what I will say. I hate that I had to pause this, but here's what I have to say. I personally feel that first person is the closest that we can get to the same intention of fixed camera angles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is very intentional when you do fixed camera angles because you can hide stuff from the player and you can make it more intense and a little bit more scary that way. And I think by making it first person, you have that same level of creative freedom that you wouldn't have with over the shoulder, because over the shoulder is more action oriented, I guess you could say. And the intensity and horror that comes from that is more based around the amount of enemies that you would more than likely face. Because like Resident Evil 7, the reason why it works in Resident Evil 7 is because not only is it objectively scarier, I agree with that, Joshin. Not only is it objectively scarier, but how they moved also. You know what I'm saying? They're a little bit more wobbly, they stumbled and stuff like that. So it made it harder for you to actually land those headshots, especially when the gun itself, I mean, especially when your aim has to focus in as well. And I think that's what really worked for Resident Evil 7. That does not work for any other Resident Evil that came out there 7. Like, in my opinion, I don't think it works really well for Resident Evil 2 Remake. It doesn't work, definitely doesn't work for Resident Evil 3. And it damn sure don't work for Resident Evil 8. And it damn sure do not work for Resident Evil 4. So I'm just saying, I'm just getting that off.
Which you're not always aware of, and you know, as we know in horror, what happens off screen is sometimes more scarier than what happens right in front of you. How we use the perspective,
and I will explain at a later date why I don't feel like it doesn't work for those games.
The balance to that,
because I have to talk about Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 anyway.
We set out to do was like, what can we do with the radio that's not been done before? What can we do that kind of gives it a new function, a new aesthetic, but it feels Silent Hill, the analog tech that's kind of been my visual calling card. Most of the things we've done, like even in our previous games, has been as close to real life technology as we can get. This is a very small handheld TV, but kind of inspired the CRTV.
The CRTV is, you know, our take on the classic radio. We knew we wanted to have the player bring it up and actually use it.
I actually really like that, and I think that's good because one of the things that I feel was missing
actually go through the frequencies,
in Silent Hill F is the radio,
but also being able to use
but I didn't think it was actually necessary for Silent Hill
where enemies were.
Yeah, that's because Resident Evil 8 is just Resident Evil 4, realistically speaking. And what I mean by that is like, it is more action oriented than any that is previous Resident Evil. You know what I'm saying?
To see around corners or over walls.
I keep doing this.
Oh, nah, that's.
And it's really important for the first person perspective, giving the player that extra control
They get
over
it.
the camera.
Nah, they get it. They actually get it. So now I'm even more convinced that a lot of their previous work was horror related work. Because there's no way that you're taking first person and you're using a peeking mechanic in a first person survival horror game and you haven't worked on previously established horror titles. I still don't understand why it wasn't a thing in Resident Evil 7, but like, you know.
For a long time, this game we felt might just be Northern Europe, you know, and not lock it down to Scotland. There was a drive to create something that felt authentic to us, and it kind of felt natural to kind of bring it home.
Well, Resident Evil 7 does a lot of really good things. So like, I don't want to turn this into like, oh, I hate fucking Resident Evil 7. I don't. Resident Evil 7 is like one of my more favorite Resident Evil titles that came out in recent years.
Felt like a walk to school when I was growing up.
You know,
because you know I've grown up in towns like this, in a small fishing town that's kind of similar to St. Amelia. It's a beautifully epic grey drizzly environment, and we're bringing that to the game.
It just feels so real, especially when you're going through it in first person. You kind of feel like you're there. It's so detailed, every single thing, and it's all connected to the story.
A very personal story.
I mean, well, it should be.
John as well.
It should be.
17 or 18 when the first game came out, and I was really ill, high fever, all this kind of stuff. I know I finished it, but the experience I have was like a fever dream, because it literally was. To this day, I've never played it again, because I kind of don't want to know whether what happened that night was real or not.
I respect
Drawn
that.
to the fog ever since.
I respect
and I think
that.
now that we're actually responsible for it, and we're actually kind of pulling.
I'm outside your house. I can't help.
Looking forward to bringing the fans into that.
I can't help you. Can't help you. Making content.
スクリーンバーンのチームの皆さん、ありがとうございました。
That's it. Boy, yo, what up, Red? Oh, Red, we gotta check out a food spot too, by the way.
開発者の姿を目にするのはとても刺激的ですね。各チームがそれぞれのビジョンをサイレントヒルに持ち込み、新しい体験をどのように形作ったのかがよくわかります。
I'm glad I'm not in trouble. You ain't shit. Oh, you got one of your hoes with you? I mean. ことがたくさんあります。最も注目すべきは本作が一人称視点である点でしょう。過去作にも一人称要素はあるものの、10時間を超える長編作品としてこの方式を採用したのはターンフォールがシリーズ史上初めてです。この視点の変化によりプレイヤーはサイレントヒルの恐怖を新たなレンズを通して He is a race trader. He is a white woman loving nigga.
プレイヤーのすぐそばに迫るだけでなく、
That is true. He is a white woman loving nigga.
新しい
And he likes a racist white woman too, which is
謎解きの
crazy.
メカニクスとも見事に調和します。
Absolutely. Every feature of the game has been designed with this perspective in mind, but always making sure that while we see the world in this new way, the experience still feels distinctly Silent Hill. A big part of that experience is centered around enemies and how our protagonists
your favorite wrestling woman.
Familiar tools from the world of Silent Hill are all available, planks of wood, pipes and ranged weapons like the pistol, but the ability to sneak, hide and evade brings a new element of choice to the combat, where resorting to violence isn't the only option.
I like that.
In fact, with the aid of the pocket television, known as the CRTV in the game, evasion is every bit as useful a survival technique as facing enemies head on. Players are encouraged to experiment and find a play style that suits them while being mindful of the resources and the opportunities that surround them.
We up again.
わかりやすい例が覗き込みですよね。
I'm not. I don't like that it's in first person because it's a nigga, and I really want to see my nigga in third person. But
発見される可能性を下げることができます。この要素は遭遇前の慎重さが生かされるだけでなく、見た目手触りの面でとても映画的な表現になっています。
This is Silent Hill Townfall. Oh no, I wasn't joking. You do like a racist white woman, but you are a white woman loving nigga.
Players to cautiously assess an encounter before they make a decision to evade or charge in. In first person, features like the peak or the CRTV become more immersive, rendering details up close in a character's hands and all in a tactile and physical way rather than using on-screen HUD elements. These features really shine in first person.
And if she's listening,
players will be challenged
eat his
in
ass.
different ways.
He's a good black man. He just likes white women, so eat his ass. It's Black History Month.
ジョンさん、次は新主人公サイモン・オーデルに目を向けてみましょう。シリーズのキャラクターは皆心に重いものを抱えていますが、サイモンも例外ではありません。彼は多層的で不安定、そして非常に人間的です。トレーラー冒頭で主人公であるサイモンが今回舞台となる町セントアメリアに縁があることが示唆され、彼の困難な旅が始まります。ジョンさん、彼が島へ向かう事情、そしてプレイヤーが踏み入れる物語について視聴者の皆様に特別に教えてもらえますか？
Well, I knew when beginning to write the game that fans would have certain expectations about the worlds, characters and the themes that permeate the series.
Right.
I wanted to both lean into those expectations in some ways and subvert them in others. Guilt is a strong theme throughout Silent Hill's many stories, and I wanted to dive deeper into the various different ways that guilt can manifest, where it comes from, what it can do to people, and how, if you can, come to accept or resolve it.
I don't think...
So while those narrative themes are distinctly Silent Hill, we're looking...
While I can't agree with that, because there are games that deal with guilt. I don't think Silent Hill F is one of them. But I just want to
and interpreting those themes in a very different way.
ゲームの冒頭、サイモンは物事を終わらせてほしい、それが正しいことだと告げる謎の電話を受け取ります。トレーラーで見た通り、彼は島に到着しますが、この段階ではどうやって来たのか不明であり、サイモン自身も向かう先が分かっていないように見えます。
Well, a core component of our team's narrative style that has been present in all of our previous games.
It's not as centralized as
journey through the town
Silent
is
Hill
layered
2.
with nuance and questions where players will,
you know what I'm saying? Like there is guilt of leaving her friends behind,
and they'll be kept guessing through it.
But I don't feel like it
permeates to meet along the way too.
The story as strongly as it does like Silent Hill 2 or Short Message
pay off as the game progresses, and some will deepen
for
further,
example,
inviting players to dive deep into the world and to details spread around.
And also, her friends aren't really good friends.
サイモンの旅がどのようなものになるのか楽しみにしていただければと思います。さて、次はタウンフォールの舞台となる街セントアメリアについてご紹介しましょう。サイレントヒルのキャラクターを街と切り離すことはできません。世界は彼らを映し出し、試し、変えていきます。サイモンの旅を理解するには、彼が身を置く街を理解する必要があります。それではセントアメリアのインスピレーションとなったスコットランドの実際の場所を見てみましょ
う。You know, I'll be honest. Konami, I have an idea for the next Silent Hill game.
To the east coast of Scotland. We've referenced a lot in the game. Graham and I have been many times over the years. We took Paul up when he joined the team, and I think.
Hear me out, Konami. Silent Hill in Chicago. Stalker enemy, King Von.
I think this is Linda's first time.
It is, yeah.
You're going to get a bit of a shock when you're in St. Amelia.
As a QA lead, I think I have played probably 3,000
yeah, for real. I was like,
game, but I've actually
I don't know about that one, brother.
Those real towns, so I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, that nigga should not have had a happy ending.
The smell and the wind and the sound of the place, all of that together is what you're trying to recreate. You're not just trying to recreate the visuals, you're trying to recreate the vibe. And there's no better way of doing it than spending time there.
It's really important to not live your life behind a lens and just absorb the place when you're there. So I suppose
that's real.
Important for us just to get out and see the places there.
That's so real, brother. I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of feel like that's a lost art in game design. But that's only because like I don't hear developers talk proudly anymore about that. I don't hear them talk about, oh yeah, we went to this spot. We did this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying? Like every single time like a developer does that and they get inspiration from the places that they go to make games. I mean, go to the places where the game setting is based off of, it always slaps. Like Silent Hill F slaps. Resident Evil 7 slaps.
Fog. Well, I dragged Graham out with me. I was like, I need someone in front of the camera when I take these images. Fog was so dense that when we came out here, we got to like this spot, and from here we couldn't see the coast anymore, and we couldn't tell which direction the coast was in, and we immediately felt like in danger. And we ended up with this shot here. The atmosphere is like blue and light, the sun was going down. Everything from that moment was when we kind of realized how this game was going to begin.
Oh, he was not bullshit when he said like it was the fog be thick.
I got pretty obsessed chasing.
Fog got that mega nostalgia.
Painting images. I wasn't like trying to like imagine what the fog would look like. I could go to a town that looks like St. Amelia and find a fog that looks like Silent Hill and come back and show the team here's what the game needs to look like. You know, and I would drag
saying fog is thick like Megan Thee Stallion is crazy, but
really is 4
we outside. I stand on it.
So that when we come back to the studio, we can try and recreate what we felt, not just what we saw.
I'm 10 toes down on it. You know what I'm saying?
This was like the first beautiful corner that we did. And then as we get around this corner, yeah, it's literally the same.
It is actually, yeah.
Like a Wendy's, I'm saying, bro.
Yep.
Don't we have that in the game?
I'm saying, like a full bowl of oatmeal, nigga.
This was the first pier, I think,
that.
we came to. And we've walked along a bunch of other piers as well, just to kind of see the differences and, yeah, the kind of shapes that they make and how they're used, that kind of thing. You know.
Don't pay me any mind.
This is it. This is very similar to our St. Amelia pier.
So we're in St. Monans. This is the harbour town and was the first place that we built for the game. When I started to write the story about what this town was, what happened to this town, the isolation was a big factor. There's like an existential dread that comes with that. Silent Hill has always had a sense of like not being able to leave the town and face why you're there.
I agree with that.
Isolation isn't just for the protagonist, but also for the town. It's like they've got to do what they got to do. You just have to get on with it, and you have to solve the problem.
Yeah, no, these niggas get it.
It's
They get it.
surreal. I think it's because a lot of stuff are so similar to in-game, even like the slanted walls, the colors.
They just
Wherever
get
the
it. Like there's no other way
benches
to
are
like
exactly the
say
same
it.
as in-game.
They understand
snake through
because
the
in my
entire
opinion,
town.
I think
they're really fun to walk up and down in real life.
I think
when
the
you've got a monster
town
chasing you, it's
should
just
play just
not
as
nice
big
place
of
to
a
be.
role as the protagonist
Coming
itself.
up
Like
there,
the
this is one
town
of the
itself
slopes
is a
that,
character.
when I first came here, I was like looking at all the textures, and luckily Unreal allows us with nanite to just sort of layer
So
on loads
when
of
they
meshes and
tell
textures on
me
top of each
that
other. I don't know what this is. It's a like
the town is also as important as the protagonist, that's a really good sign
it's
for
just
me.
like layers upon layers upon layers of life and history. You're mimicking several hundred years worth of life. That's what we
Yeah,
aim to do.
they
And
have
lot
a
of the
very
time, the player
strong
will just
understanding
sort of walk
of
around and
Silent Hill.
absorb it, and they won't know why it feels like a real place, but
That
the
kind
effort
of
that
it
we
makes me
put in
wonder what the vetting
will
process
make it feel
is
like it's a real place,
in
and
order
it will give them that
to
sense of history and
be able to
yeah.
even work on a Silent Hill title now. Because like for a full,
definitely for me personally,
for a
the
full
team,
product
we're all big
game,
fans.
they're
I
2
think
for
that's an
2
understatement to say big fans.
for the
You know,
teams that they
we're-
picked out.
We're obsessed. To be trusted with
So it makes me
a franchise
very
like this
curious
is an honor, and
on
we
what
wanna
their
make sure
vetting
we ace
process
it,
is.
so we're giving it a
Because
go
whatever
to
the shit that they
create
tried to
something
do with
truly
the
new.
Twitch thing, that was, what was that, Silent Hill Ascension? That was ass. Like that was like old Konami Silent Hill, here you go, do whatever the fuck you want to do with Silent Hill type of ass. But it's Silent Hill F, and this is just two developers that just simply outright fucking get it. They understand it.
細部へのこだわりが新しい世界観をリアルに感じさせています。こうした丁寧な作り込みはシリーズならではの大切な魅力です。最後にタウンホールの規模や構成についてお話ししましょう。
For sure. And while Annapurna has been primarily known over the last decade for independent games from smaller teams, Townfall is no small game. In fact, it's among some of the biggest games that we've ever published.
And while Screenburn is a relatively small development studio at about 30 people, they have been afforded the development time to really realize their creative
That's why I was
vision
like
for
so
Townfall.
hooked on it,
And
because
as a
like
result, Townfall is a
the
full-length,
town
high-quality
itself
game that
feels
we can
as
all present
important
with
as the
confidence
character
following
to me.
Silent Hill F and Silent Hill 2.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、
And that's why I played it so fucking much. And I plan on going right back to it after I'm done with this Resident
タイト
Evil.
ルとなっています。今年皆さんにサイレントヒルタウンホールを実際にプレイしてもらえることを非常に楽しみにしています。
So like I feel like I'm gonna have the same experience with this game. I feel like Silent Hill F, Silent Hill Townfall, and Resident Evil 9, I'm gonna have the same experience. Whereas like I'm just gonna be playing the shit out of
We're
those
so
games because they're
thankful for your
just that
patience,
fucking
and we
good.
can't wait to show you more of what we have in store for you in Townfall. We see this project not only as our biggest and most ambitious game yet, but as a love letter to the series that inspired many of the team, myself included, to become game developers in the first place. It's truly an honor to be given this opportunity to contribute to the series, and on behalf of the team at Screenburn, thank you for your support and your encouragement.
Nah,
over the
nigga,
years.
thank you for making the
We've
game.
loved
Fuck all the
working with
bullshit.
the entire team at Screenburn and are very proud
Appreciate
of the
you
game they've
niggas.
created. Our goal
'Cause
at
y'all get it.
Annapurna is to support our developers so they can focus on making the best possible game. It's been amazing to see Townfall come to life throughout development.
At
Thank
the
you to
barista store?
Screenburn for their
At the
partnership,
coffee shop,
and
nigga? I
thank
thought
you to
you was done
Konami
with the coffee
for
shop.
trusting us with the Silent Hill franchise.
Silent Hill Townfall is a labor of love for everybody involved and a true collaboration across the three teams. From the amazing team in Scotland at Screenburn to the revered publisher Konami, not only in Japan but around the world, and ourselves, who are very humbled by the opportunity at Annapurna to co-publish a game for the first time with an existing franchise and bring our unique take to this historic franchise.
スクリーンバーン、アナプルナ、コナミの3社で長い時間をかけて作り上げてきた作品を発表することができて本当に良かったです。
Yeah, man, this is really interesting. Because I remember like when they had the first transmission, and I was like, Silent Hill F, I know for sure is going to be one of them ones. But I was like, Townfall, I'm not too sure about.
プレイステーション5と Steam、エピックゲームズにてウィッシュリスト登録受付中です。
Damn, Xbox out? No Xbox? No Xbox release?
トランスミッションでは今後も継続してサイレントヒルシリーズの情報を皆さんにお届けしてまいります。次回もどうぞお楽しみに。本日はご視聴いただき誠にありがとうございました。
Xbox is face down in the pool at this point, bro. What's going on? Okay, that was fire. This was really good, honestly. In my opinion, this is like really fucking good. It's nice knowing that Konami has a stronger vetting process than what they did before when it was outsourcing a lot of Silent Hill titles. It's outsourcing games in general. It feels like their process for vetting the companies that are going to be working on this game is a lot tighter and stronger than what it was before. And I can't wait to play this. I'm happy that it's a black protagonist. Because like don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. But yeah, more importantly, I'm glad that it's another another developer that just understands Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said earlier, knowing that there is Silent Hill, Resident Evil, and Fatal Frame, and they're all flourishing is really, really fucking good for the genre. And I'm gonna be honest, it's good for the industry as well. So like, I can't wait to play Silent Hill Townfall. It looks amazing. Shout outs to Konami, Screenburn, and Annapurna. I probably said that wrong, but hey, whatever. We out of here, man. Thanks for watching the video.